Hi, my name is Stephanie Jeffries. As someone who survived molestation and has found the courage to heal, I would like to welcome you to week 2 of Healing Beyond Molestation. In last week's video, I addressed it, why me? Why were you molested? And I addressed the fact that it's usually someone that's close to your family, or it's someone that has been entrusted, that you have been entrusted to. And the second thing we talked about last week was, why weren't you protected? And we talked about the shame that family members feel, or the fact that some family members just didn't know. So this week, one of the things that I want to talk about is addressing the person who molested you. If there is a way for you to address the person that molested you, then I want you to find a way to do that. But one of the things that I need you to do before you do that is I want you to be in a place where you have forgiven yourself, where you understand that you did not deserve it, that you understand that you did nothing wrong, that you understand that you were innocent in that, and understand all of those things. And the reason why I need you to understand all those things, because no matter what that individual says when you address them, I don't need you to be moved by their response. Now, when it's the right time to address them, it is when that you are mentally and emotionally ready, because you do not want to be re-victimized. You do not want to be hurt. You do not want to put yourself in a position where you're hurting yourself all over again. The first time you weren't responsible for hurting yourself, but this time you have a choice in how you address it. And if addressing the person head on is not an option because the person is now no longer around, or the person has passed away, then I want you to write the person a letter. And I want you to write the person a letter so that you can release yourself from the pain. In the instance where I was molested, I had 2 opportunities to address 2 different people. And one person, the response was not what I expected, but it was a beautiful response. It was a response that said to me, I've been trying to find a way for years to talk to you about this and to apologize to you for how sorry I was. And it wasn't meant to do you any harm. It was just that I was experimenting because my friends were experimenting and I didn't. And the things that now when I look back on it, I was wrong in every instance. And I was able to forgive that person, and we were able to move on, and we were able to actually communicate at a safe distance, but we're actually able to communicate and just talk through that, right? And I found out some things about the person that I didn't know, but it was just like a beautiful experience. And so the next individual that I had the ability to address, it didn't go that way. It was like, what are you talking about? You're making it up. But when I addressed them, I was in such a good place in my life that I was just like, you are the biggest coward that I've ever seen in my life. And you took advantage of me, and you used the love that I had for you, thinking that you were going to be a father figure against me. I pray for you all the time, but I pray that karma does its thing with you. That's what I said. And I was at a place where I had forgiven myself, but I was not at a place where I had forgiven the individual. And the reason why it was difficult for me to forgive them at that point, is because I felt like I was allowing them to get away with it. And I wasn't ready to do that. Now, years later, I've forgiven them for the things that they've done, because I don't want to be held captive for that. Because unforgiveness is just like drinking poison. You drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. I don't have time for that. And even if you want to address family members that did not protect you, you have to know that some people have blocked all of that out. Some people have, parents have blocked it out, grandparents have blocked it out, aunts have blocked it out, siblings have blocked it out. They have blocked it out because it has made life easier for them to just move forward and act like it didn't happen. Or if they see you thriving, or they see that you've done well, it happened, but they're doing okay. But what a lot of people don't realize is that people that have been molested can be in a room. Everybody's giving them accolades, and everybody's praising them, and everybody's telling them how great they are, and they still feel like they don't belong there. They still feel like they don't deserve to be there. So what I want to do is I want you to release yourself from any feeling of guilt that you have, or any feeling of shame that you have. And I want you to start processing that for you. not for anybody else. I don't want you to try to prove a point to anyone. I want you to process this pain for yourself. You did not deserve it. You're worthy of so much more. You are loved. You are cared for. And sadly enough, the families that we are born into a lot of times don't treat us like we're family. I'm grateful that I have a good family. I'm grateful that I have a family who loves me, but I also realize that I didn't always feel that way. So some of us are born into not so great families, but you can't help that. But what you can do is figure out what safe distance that you need to put between you and those individuals so that you can thrive, because you don't have a right to allow anybody, mom, grandma, sister, aunt, uncle, dad, nephew, you have no right to allow anybody to make you feel less than what you really are. So my questions for this week are this. Question number 1: what can you do today to aid in your healing process? What can you do today to aid in your healing process? Question number 2: how has your life changed because of the molestation? What are some of the things that you notice that you do? Some of the things that you notice that you hold on to? Have you noticed some ways that you respond? How has the molestation impacted your life? And question number 3 is always, what are you grateful for? Not grateful for the molestation, but at this point in life, what are you grateful for? What do you wake up in the morning and you're grateful for? And I realize that being grateful is a lifestyle for me, but I realize that it's still difficult for some people to find that space of gratefulness in their life because of some of the things that they've gone through. So what are you grateful for? In this moment today, I am grateful for my friends. I don't have a lot, but I'm grateful for the people that have been a lighthouse in the middle of the storms of my life, the people that have guided me toward the light, the people that feel like home to me, the people that have made me feel safe. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my heart, that I still have a good heart. I'm always grateful for that. And today I'm grateful that I get the opportunity to attempt to help other people heal. That is beautiful for me. That is one of the things that I'm so grateful for. So as you journal about those things and write about those things, I pray that you will find peace, that you will find healing, that you will find restoration. And as always, thank you guys for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good one.